For all the haters out there and the lovers alike, let the people know we're live. We are alive. And let's get started. Okay. I got Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone ranks Hasan the Hun as number 15 most influential creator of 2024. Hasan Piker has gained legions of fans from his multi-hour streams, expletive-laced, sometimes controversial breakdowns of current political events. Here's the full list. We have the full list right here. I retweeted that earlier today. And we'll obviously cover that article. But yeah, Rolling Stones, they put out a list, 25 most influential creators of 2024. And I was on this list. When we decided that our second annual most influential creators list would be ranked, we had to grapple with a highly subjective question. What does it mean to have influence? It's not just about who's getting sponsorships. It's about having people look up to you. Follow and comment on your posts. Engage with and share your content. And truly care what you have to say, for better or for worse. To pick our list, the Rolling Stone staff debated, asked creators across the spectrum from fashion to comedy, food, travel to nominate their favorites, and reviewed data from Creator IQ, an enterprise influencer marketing platform that tracks the hard numbers. After going through more than 500 individual nominees, evaluating them based on engagement rate growth and peer interaction, follower count, and our own gut feelings about each one, we present 2024's most influential creators. Now, I don't really know a lot of the people on here. There's a lot of TikTokers out here. Like most of these content creators are TikTokers, I think. Some of you guys might know. I'm shocked that Speed wasn't on it. Like, I think that was a bit of a snub. I think RDC is like far too high up on the list. Like number 19 is crazy. I mean, these guys are, maybe I am personally a little biased, but I do think that it's like wild. What is it? Reed Weeby? What did he say? RDC is huge, bro. That's what I'm saying. I think it's too high up. I think RDC World should be like closer. Like, like it shouldn't be 19. It should be in the top 10 is what I'm saying. As in it's too low. It's like ranked too low. As in the number should be lower on the list. Tony Bravo, TikTok, LA-based beauty creator. My goats, Omar Hirsch show got a shout out on this list. It made me very happy. Love those boys. They're actually going through some very hard times right now. Obviously they are documenting their daily experiences during genocide, which is so crazy. And they haven't been able to, they haven't really been able to put out that much content. I talked to them. They're wonderful people. Omar Sharid and Mohammed Harzallah are both 19. We're two friends who had just started university where Israel's bombing of Gaza began last October. After months of violence, the duo began documenting their daily routine in the war zone in April. Within 3 months, they amassed more than 1.6 million Instagram followers. Sharid and Harzallah have shared a perspective that no other media outlet would be able to offer, recording the smallest details of how civilians adapt and survive. They figure out a way to fucking work out, make protein, like make high protein foods. And I love them. One of them, they are they're great. I mean, they're just kids. They're just teenagers, man. They're fucking regular ass teenagers who happen to be experiencing a fucking genocide. That's what's so crazy about it. I specifically talked to Omar quite a bit. He once drew me as well. I think I showed you guys before. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Hold on. There it is. I will enlist in the Coconut Army. That's my archive. I don't know why it's like. Why does it skip like random shit? Oh, here it is. Let me show you here. This is just the straight up. No, it's not. Nothing is leaking, chat. Calm down. But yeah, they're wonderful dudes. How is the non-Houthi shiploader guy doing? I'm not sure. I don't talk to him as much. I thought Muslim people don't believe in drawing people, or am I being stupid? Brother, I'm going to take what you just said as a sincere lack of knowledge, okay? Normally, this would be considered a microaggression, okay? Normally, this would be considered a microaggression. Let me tell you something, okay? But it's fine. You know, this is one of those. This is one of those moments. This is an educational moment for you, okay? Nobody, and I mean nobody on the planet, okay, follows the rules of any particular religion to a T. So, in a moment like this, okay, in a moment like this, you should consider, do Christians, because I suspect you are one, or like even if you're an atheist, you're like probably an American, right? No, I was told by a Muslim friend. That's why I asked to learn. Thank you. Okay, great. So here's the thing. No, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Technically, in the original rules of Islam, you are not supposed to be drawing not only the Prophet Muhammad, you can't draw that still to this day, and people do take that very seriously, but you're not supposed to draw human beings. That's true. Okay? Having said that, there's not any representational art in Islam. But having said that, also, men are not supposed to wear gold, for example. But many Muslim men do. It doesn't really matter. What do I mean by this? Okay, what do I mean by this? He's not wrong. Strict Sharia doesn't allow it. It doesn't fucking matter because most people's experience with religion is deeply personal, and not a single person actually fucking follows every rule to a T. So if you can't comprehend it, like if you don't know enough about Islam or the practicers of Islam, the followers of Islam, then think about it in the same exact way from your own personal experience with Christianity, right? The laws of Allah don't matter. No, the interpretation of said laws are very different for every single human being. So think about it always. This is something that I try to explain to people. If you don't know a certain culture, if you don't understand a certain culture that's far away, that you've only seen on television or whatever, try to think about it in the same exact framework that you think about your own culture. Because most people are very similar. So in terms of like Christianity, for example, you're not supposed to eat shellfish, but everybody does, right? Everybody does. It would be akin, for me, it would be akin to asking you, like, if I never knew anything about like America, if I grew up in Turkey, and I was like, wait, you guys don't eat any shellfish, right? Like, it's religious, right? Like, it's against your religion. It would be as silly as asking a question like that. Most people do not follow these rules because they're arbitrary, they're silly, and also, most people don't even fucking know it in general. Okay? It was during early Islam and it was an advice, not a command. Otherwise, Muslim Shia art would be highly controversial. These days is frowned upon, but the worry at the early stage is to go against, yes, exactly. The reasoning for it was to go against paganist traditions because in the region, there was a lot of paganist traditions, specifically, I guess, like idolatry, right? Like there were a lot of like religious idols, and they wanted to fucking nip that in the bud. Don't call them silly. I mean, it's a silly rule overall, I think. That's my own personal opinion on it. It's not silly to ask people those questions. It's completely fine. It's how you ask those questions. Yeah, that's why I didn't yell at that person and I fucking explained it to him. Another one is like not listening to music. You know what I mean? All right, let's continue. Even rules in the Quran are still obviously not fully followed. Just like rules in Christianity are not fully followed. So if you don't know a culture, just think about it from your own framework and be like, well, a lot of Christians don't follow a lot of the rules in Christianity. So I suspect a similar thing happens in Islam as well. That's it. Anyway, number 16, my goat, Wisdom. Nigerian American fashion creator dubbed the best dressed guy on TikTok by Vogue. There was a lot of friends of mine on here. Like, this is a crazy string of content creators. You got Omar Hertz, you got Wisdom, who I love as well. And then, boom, at number 15, Hasan Abi Piker. Hasan Piker 33 has gained legions of fans from his multi-hour streams, expletive lace, sometimes controversial breakdowns of current political events, satirical comments he made about Representative Dan Crenshaw managed to piss off both sides, and won him collabs with everyone from AOC to Valkyrie. I've always been of the mindset if a person online is showing positive values, then that's a pretty positive way of trying to get others to copy that behavior, he says. That's what I try to do. Now, this was like a 30-minute interview I gave to them, and that's the one quote that they picked from it. But what I was trying to say in this video, or in this interview, was basically that I think there's a lot of cynicism online. I think there's a lot of people showcasing bad behavior, or maybe even like sometimes making fun of marginalized communities and whatnot. And my goal is to show people that it is cool to actually be understanding of marginalized communities and not to bully people. You know, not to bully people and like lead by showing, by experiencing, by being the person that I think others should also be like. That's why the top of the hour ad break is important, because it breaks people's minds, where I show you that at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. And I remind you that it's, even if it's a lead by example, exactly, where I tell you that there's a 3-minute ad break. And if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $6 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. You get 1 free Prime subscription a month. Here is the 3-minute ad break now. Okay. Sir, your clock is broken. I know. Jake Shane, Octopus Lover is number 14. Don't know who this guy is. Drewski's at number 13. Plastique Tiara. I'm a content creator before a drag queen. At number 11, they put an Italian man on here, which made this entire list awful, in my opinion. Okay. This, I call into question the veracity. Okay, I call in the question whether or not this is a compromised list or not. It makes me feel like it's a compromised list, because when you put an Italian man up here so high, it's like our boy Melon got 11th place. Theo Vaughn at 10th place. Wide-reaching viewership speaks to his comedic authority, but the self-declared white trash creator, 44, which I did not know he was 44 until like yesterday, by the way, which is crazy. Crazy to me that like he is 44 years old. He does not look 44 at all. Keith Lee, my goat, TikTok's preeminent food critic. Keith Lee, he's phenomenal. I don't know who Alex Earl is, but it seems like she's popping. Pokimane at number 7. Number 6, Alan Chicken Chow. Don't know who this guy is either. Duke Dennis at number 5. The Glaze Must End. Number 4, Nara Smith. Number 3, Mr. Beast. Kind of controversial to slot him in here right now, but hey, you know, you got to do what you got to. I mean, it is true. He is still a very influential person. Number 2, Rhett and Link. This was kind of shocking to me. I didn't know they were popping like that still, but I guess they are. And also, number 1 is Kai Cenat, which makes sense. I probably would have put Speed on here as well. I think he's like one of the most influential. But yeah.